Here's a video of how I like to do the kettlebell snatch and using it really as primarily as a muscle building exercise. The most important thing is to perform the exercise from a dead stop position. So unlike a lot of kettlebell snatch tutorials where you'll see people essentially swing the kettlebell into the snatch position, this one is purely an explosive pulling movement. I've talked about using the kettlebell clean as an explosive pulling exercise in a separate video. This is basically the same concept. The only difference is that you're pulling the kettlebell all the way to the top of the overhead position, turning it into a snatch, rather than pulling it into the rack position, which is the kettlebell clean. So again, the snatch, just like the clean, is an explosive pulling exercise. This exercise will engage your whole body. It's not only an upper body pulling exercise. You're going to have to engage your legs as well. Of course, it's not going to build powerful leg muscles the way a squat or a lunge would do, but you cannot perform this exercise without engaging explosive leg drive as well. So you can see just now, particularly when your upper body starts to get fatigued, you start to rely a little bit more on explosive leg drive to get the kettlebell into the overhead position. Again, there you can see how I pop my legs and my hip to give the kettlebell the initial push before pulling it into the overhead position. Here's the exercise performed on a slightly different angle and a little bit closer so you can see better. This exercise will really build a lot of strength and power in your upper back, your shoulders, as well as your lower back. So here I'm using a 28 kilogram kettlebell for the snatch, and I do about 8 to 10 repetitions per side. You can also do this one side at a time, so you can do 8 to 10 reps on the right side and then 8 to 10 reps on the left side. But the reason why I perform the exercise alternating between the two sides is primarily because I'm trying to avoid the risk of ripping the skin on the palm of my hand. I found that doing 8 to 10 reps of this consecutively on one side with the same hand, I run a much higher risk of having my hand skin essentially torn.